Club Devils, J-Dog back at 6 a.m. for another goddamn video as always. And today's video, we're going over the video of the Macabre Empatago poll. Now, I did kind of skim through these comments because since I saw the poll, I saw a lot of people just putting in which band they liked most. So I was scrolling through to see questions. It's got a total of 103 comments, so a pretty good amount. A lot of the fucking wimps still didn't put their fucking vote in there because it's got almost 800 fucking views. So 700 of you fucking lamos didn't say shit. So, anyways, yeah, it's pretty much a fucking hands down win for Empatago on there as far as which band had the most picks. It looked like Empatago for sure, pretty easily. And so I scrolled through and got to the fucking question because you have the first like 20 comments or so weren't questions at all. So I wanted to make sure I found at least the first one. And the very first one is from none other than Life Eternal, goddammit. And it says Empatago all day in that pick. I was a kid when the Chris Benoit thing happened. That was when I was deep into wrestling, but what you're saying makes you think. Yep. Witch Trap rules. They're one of my favorite bands on the roster. Do you like any Benediction? If so, what's your favorite records? Yeah, I do. What's the first one? Subconscious Terror. That and my favorite stuff is actually the demos. And what I have is a bootleg demo LP, and there's also I think there's a CD too. It's a bootleg as well. I think the CD's got like a live bonus, like live, like no, I don't think it's the whole live set, but a few bonus tracks. I remember him saying some pretty cool shit in between songs too. So definitely the demos I like most, and then the first album. I think is the first album Subconscious Terror. Pretty sure. The second one, I thought it was okay. And then honestly, after that, I don't even know if I know anything. Just the first two is what I knew. And for the second one, I kind of stopped paying attention. I was just like, it was okay. And another question from none other than Analyze. Try saying that real fucking fast several times in a row. My vote, Empatago. You and everybody else, brah. Well, not everybody else, but most of them. My question, what do you think of all the great Native American metal out there, like Pan American Native Front, Blackbird, and Murder Rate, and anything you know about that scene? I don't know shit about it, man. I don't even know what you're talking about. So is it Native American? Is it guys like living in huts and shit? They're playing fucking instruments? Don't know anything about it. I'm like, devils that know stuff, inform me. The Pan American Native Front, that name looks familiar, so we probably got in the distro or something for the, for Hells, but definitely never listened to the others. Blackbird looks a little familiar too. Didn't know there was a scene of like Native American though. I guess that's a thing. I didn't know that. I don't know. You guys tell me. Is it anything like? Is it just traditional metal, traditional death metal, or does it sound completely different? Like it's kind of like how Swedish death metal sounds like Swedish death metal. Is it kind of like does it sound like Native American metal? Yeah, I don't have an opinion one way or another. I honestly don't know anything about it. Looking like some more fucking informant J Dog here. Some more shit he doesn't know from Sherm. Sup J Dog? Was wondering if you heard the band Charlie Christ. I have not. Never even heard the name. They had one album / EP called Symphonies of Blasphemy. It's gnarly shit. Really? I didn't know. I had Eric from Deeds of Flesh on it, and would HHR consider maybe releasing it at some point in the future? Also, Empatago is my vote. Never heard of that. Especially that's weird that if Eric was in it, that didn't even cross my mind. I mean, like cross my way. But yeah, I've never even heard of it. But I mean, would we do it? I've never heard it. If I really liked it as a big fan, it's not that I'd be up for it. But the thing is tried doing the Deeds of Flesh on vinyl, that and the Disgorge, the U.S. Disgorge, like She Like Gut and stuff. Tried doing that on vinyl as well, but they never replied. And then when they finally did, Jacoby just said that he's going to do the Deeds of Flesh all himself. And the initial person I did what email was Eric when he was alive, and he never replied. So I was trying to, because I've been trying to do the Deeds of Flesh on vinyl and the Disgorge for like 10 years now. That's why I also always call them the Deeds of No Reply, because yeah, they did reply, but this was just last year he replied, and this is after several emails. I mailed Eric, no reply. I got Matty Way's email because I guess he works for Unique Leader, which I didn't know. It was Joe from Mortal Decay gave me his contact. I emailed that, no reply, and then I sent another email. I don't know, but it was for Jacoby. No reply at first. I sent it again, and he replied like months later and just saying not interested, which is cool. I'm not offended or anything like that or pissed. But he said, yeah, because they're planning on doing it on a box set. It's just his box set thing. I'm telling, because I asked to do the first five albums or five releases, counting Gradually Melted, which is an EP, but I just threw that as an album because that'd be a separate LP as itself, a mini LP, all the way up to Mark of the Legion would be the last one I want to do. Because after that, what was after Mark of the Legion? Was that Reduced to Ashes? That was kind of like, that was the first time I don't know. It's the first one I don't own. I thought it was the last one I could stomach, but I thought it was pretty boring. And then everything after that, not that I heard them all, but all the ones I did, I didn't like at all. But anyways, so I told him what I wanted to do, the first five. And he's like, yeah, we're doing going to do a box set of ourselves. So basically what he's saying is he's doing a box set, the first five albums, specifically the first five, just the ones that I so happen to be asking about, just so happens to be the ones that fucking I like. I doubt it. I highly fucking doubt it. And not to mention, because I don't know, and I could be completely wrong on this, I don't know if Unique Leader are putting out too many vinyls, so I don't know if he knows how expensive that's going to be. Let's say I think he's probably going to want to do probably 1,000 copies box set. If he's doing it properly with like a booklet, 5 records in there, shit, he's looking at easily 30 grand. Easily. So, and I'm not saying he doesn't have that or anything, but if he's not used to doing vinyl and shit, he's usually just doing 1,000 CDs where you fork over $800. It's kind of like, give me a fucking break, dude. Anybody could do that. I just have my doubts. That they're going to come out. And so the fact that Deeds of Flesh didn't happen is and if it's just Eric on this Charlie Christ, and now that he's not even alive, the odds are seeming very fucking low. Headsplit Records, goddammit. Headsplit, what the fuck? Dylan, never replied to my email. I emailed you fucking... You emailed me first, I replied, and that was over a goddamn month ago. Got no reply, brah. You pulled the deeds of no reply on me. Gonna start calling you Headsplit no reply. Heads of no reply, or something along those lines. Tough, literally 2 of my all-time favorites. Today, I would probably say Epitego. J-Dog, do you like Infester? Some of the darkest, most twisted black death grind shit ever made. Isn't there like 10 different Infesters? There's definitely at least 2 that I can think of, and nothing like I don't own anything. I don't. It's kind of in the another band in the Forgotten More Metal Than You Know. It's in the Forgotten pile. But again, I don't know if I've heard the one that you're referring to, but I definitely heard at least 2 different Infesters. One that was kind of more of a black metal one, and one that was, I think, like Death Grind. So 2 different ones for sure. David M. Hey, J-Dog, I'm trying to go from powerlifting. Read fat ass. I don't know what that means. He has in parentheses. Read, then quotations fat ass. So I guess he's saying he's a fat ass. I don't know if that's what he means. I don't know what that means. But to a more bodybuilding program. Any advice for cutting weight while maintaining strength? Also, Empatego. So a question that some of the fucking devils hate when it gets answered, but tough shit. So if you've never done fucking bodybuilding type training, you've only been doing powerlifting, I'm assuming you've been mostly just doing like squat, bench press, deadlift. I mean, just not really. I mean, if you're gonna cut weight, meaning I'm assuming you're trying to drop body fat, is just don't do it too fast. But you don't need to dick around either. Some guys, they say this outlandish shit where it's way too slow. The general rule of thumb is you should be losing on average, especially if you have a decent amount of body fat, 3 pounds a week. If you're not losing 3 pounds a week, you're fucking around. If you're losing more than that, then you'll probably start losing strength and muscle. Another general rule of thumb is too, what I've noticed personally for myself, this is not a set in stone rule, but I've noticed it with myself and a lot of fucking people I've talked to and helped, is that you shouldn't start losing any strength whatsoever, not even 1 rep for the most part, on any movements until about every 10 pounds you lose, give or take. 10 pounds for a male, 5 pounds for a female. That's when I start to notice where things are, where the strength starts to drop, regardless of how fast or slow you do it. Some people, like I said, it varies, but around there. And like I said, it might be 9 pounds, 11 pounds, but right around that 10 pound mark and 5 pounds for a female. And the thing is, too, is if you're trying to get lean as fuck, there's kind of like 2 general principles, rules in the bodybuilding world is when you're your biggest and when you're your strongest, you look your fucking shittiest because you're holding the most amount of body fat. That's when you're in your bulk, your off-season, whatever you want to call it. When you look your fucking best and hardest, you're your weakest. Just the name of the game. So if you're saying you're the power lifter, let's assuming you're a very strong guy, but you have 50 pounds of body fat to lose, and let's say you're just like, fuck this, I want to get all this crap off, you're not going to be as strong. There's no possible way. Hell, even if you're using fucking anabolics or not, you're still going to lose some fucking strength because leverage points and just less cushioning of the joints, less fucking water retention, just many variables. You're taking the less fucking calories, your glycogen stores will be lower, the whole fucking 9 yards. It's just, you just will not be able to move as much weight. But then, hey, who fucking cares? The way I see it is, get as lean as you can, and what is your strength there? That way, for example, when you see a guy who can bench 405, but he's a complete fat ass, that's nowhere near as impressive than a guy that can bench fucking 405 and he's fucking lean and fucking shredded. That's way more impressive. So to me, if strength's your thing and that's what you're into, get strong, but be lean too. Because quite frankly, if you're just a fat shit running around and you're stronger, I can bench 500. Well, nobody knows you bench 500. Nobody gives a shit. You just look like a fucking fat guy. So it's like, you know what I mean? Outside the gym, the only people that see you there benching 500, no one else cares. A lot of it, because and I'm not ripping on powerlifters or nothing like that. I'm just kind of saying this as a motivational thing. Like, maybe still powerlift to get as strong as you can, but don't get excessively fat. Still be lean, at least have a little bit of abs showing, because when you're outside, if the average person, if they see a guy, even if he is like really thick and he does have muscle on him, but he's got a substantial amount of body fat, the average person seeing you, they wouldn't even guess you go to the gym. They're like, oh, this guy works out. What the fuck? What is he, curling fucking Snicker bars? They're not even going to know. So at least have somewhat of a decent look too if you're going to get strong. So measure your strength from when you're lean. It won't fuck with your mind as much as well. But so, general thumb, don't lose more than 3 pounds a week. Keep your protein super fucking high, at least 1 gram per pound of body weight. And that will keep you from losing the least amount of fucking strength as possible. Oh, and another thing, lastly, too, don't purposely lower the weights. Like when you start your diet, well, I'm eating less and I'm losing weight, so I normally bench 315 for 10. I'm just going to go down to 295. No. When you get to like 315 and it's dropping on its own, you're only getting now 8 reps, 7 reps or so. Then maybe gradually reduce weight. Do it organically because you're forced to, because you no longer can lift these weights. Don't just automatically reduce them. You do that too, and you will fucking lose muscle because you're no longer, you're taking away the stimulus that built muscle. So keep that same stimulus in there as long as you possibly can. See some limp dick in here. What we from Aaron Flaw. Both very good, but I would have to pick Macabre. Now, a question in your opinion: is there a bigger label that has not sold out, become little limp dick posers, and held true the flame of real metal? Keep the kick-ass videos coming, brother. A bigger label. I guess it depends what you consider bigger. Like, for example, I think Nuclear War Now, I don't think he's ever sold out. He's true to his roots. I think High Roller Records, he's true to his fucking roots. Iron Bonehead, Dark Descent, but are those considered bigger labels? Those are all in my mind, underground labels, and I'm assuming that's what you think too. So as far as big labels, what I think personally, and I'm assuming most of you guys do too, is like Roadrunner, Metal Blades, Relapse, those guys, and a few others. Why am I drawing a couple blanks? But honestly, the big labels, Earache's another one. No, I don't think so. I think they're all, Peaceville's another one. I think they're all kind of went somewhat fucking poser, at least to some extent. Poser slash sellout slash they don't listen to this shit no more slash if you mention a newer band that's like really good but and kind of like not huge, like who would be a good example? Like who's a newer band that's really fucking good and at least respected by pretty much everybody? Fuck, who's an example? Would say Midnight, but that's a little bit too obvious, and at least some of these guys kind of like them. Somebody on Midnight asked which size, so basically it's stuff that they would hear them, that there's no way that they haven't heard them, but that they have, they either are still clueless to them. What I'm getting is a lot of these guys that follow them, like they're in the scene, but they only like at best they may still like what they kind of like grew up on, and that's it. And bands of like let's say a Midnight Caliber shit, they're completely out of the fucking loop. You know what I mean? Unless they cross their path and like, oh, we can make money on these guys, but they're damn sure not listening to any of those fucking bands. You know what I mean? So anything in the currents of even like good respectable shit, they're not listening to. And again, at best, they're listening to what they grew up on. That's at best. I mean, some of these guys we saw, who was it, Earache, or which one was it, Roadrunner signing Nickelback and shit. I mean, that tells you fucking everything you need to know. So yeah, no, honestly, the big guys, yeah, like I said, either poser slash sellout slash don't care slash just not true fucking true metalheads, in my opinion. If there's a bigger one that you guys know of, you're like, oh, what do you think of this example? But one, no big labels come to my mind that I would say otherwise. Like, I might be forgetting somebody. It is possible. Fucking essay here. Holy shit. See Kim Kardashian mentioned in there? What the fuck she got to do with anything? Oh, talking about the shirts. I see. That's why. Say, why the hell's that? That be that name again throwing it on this fucking channel. Ton of fuck. Like I said, people. I'm just going through these guys. Sorry, because not a ton of questions, which we're almost just under 20 minutes. It's just a lot of people putting in their comments, especially on the Macabre and Empatego vote. Metal Musician 6996. J-Dog got a fitness related question. Uh-oh, Devils, the second one. Are you into any cycling or hiking? No, I'm not. I haven't rode a bike in fuck long ass fucking time. And hiking, no. As far as if that's what you want to do for your cardio, let's say you do enjoy those, and let's say you're trying to either burn body fat or even live like a bodybuilding type lifestyle, I would say use that as your cardio style then, if that's the one you enjoy. Because the best cardio, some people are like, what's the best cardio? And I'm giving mine, and I'll say, like, generally speaking, I do the step mill, and I'll switch back and forth to the treadmill, especially when like my connective tissue's aching up from the step mill. That doesn't necessarily mean it's the best though. The best is, what are you going to stick to doing? And the one that you enjoy the most is going to be the one you're going to stick to doing. Because if you are absolutely fucking miserable and you can't stand doing it, you're not going to stick with it. You may be mentally strong for a while, month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years, whatever it is, but you will eventually fall off the fucking wagon if you don't enjoy it. So just keep that in fucking mind. So pick one that you enjoy, and consistency on anything always wins the fucking race. Michael Villa 666, Empatego for sure. Speaking of which, what other bands can you think of with completely insane vocals? Not brutal, but fucked up, mental, demented, etc. Along the lines of Empatego or Inquisitor and Blur from the Netherlands. Demented like vocals. I was gonna say, because if you threw out, you took away brutal. I was gonna say, obviously early Carcass. I thought the melting rot fucking vocals. I absolutely loved the blood illusions, delusions, or yeah, what was it, illusions or delusions, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. The fucking debate down, goddamn it. I thought those vocals were great, but you said non-brutal, like demented type vocals, kind of like Epitagos. I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah, I don't know. Looking around, definitely drawing a blank. Yeah, no, I don't know. One band I'm kind of looking at their very, very first EP, and I remember liking their vocals, but kind of more just aggressive, is Martyr, especially in that first fucking EP. I don't know if that's kind of fits the category you're saying. They're almost just like just different and very fucking aggressive, I guess. But yeah, like kind of like, especially in the lines of Empatego. That's part of the reason, like Empatego, especially the first album, the vocals are like just so over the top awesome. Where it's like they're clearly like kind of fucking stupid in a sense, I guess. But it's fucking just great. Like this is just fucking just really good. So I guess yeah. Oh no, honestly, on the same topic, that's kind of what I brought up, especially on the early stuff. I thought Macabre for sure, like on like Grim Reality and Gloom and stuff like that. His vocals are fucking just kind of demented in a sense, you know what I mean? Almost like, yeah, fucking what a serial killer has circling his mind, whatever voices he's hearing and shit, you know what I mean? It's kind of how I always pictured it. So kind of that, honestly, kind of Macabre too, I think, in my opinion. From Joe Dinkins, goddammit. And even he's asking about some cats. I didn't know you had cats, brah. I thought you had just that little dog you showed me. Do your cats have any odd habits or behaviors? Both my cats are sisters, and they both love running water. They jump into every sink in the house We had to get a small plastic fountain for them to drink from. Meh, I mean, our oldest, Lizzie, she's the only one I haven't shown on camera because she's always fucking goes in the basement and stuff. Um, when she drinks water, she drinks it from her paw. Like she puts her paw under the water fountain, or because we actually have a fountain for them, it's just recycling filtered water fountain. She puts it under there and then drinks it from her paw. So that's a little fucking weird. It's definitely pretty funny too. As far as other weird shit they do, nothing outlandishly weird. I mean, like Charlie really likes bags. You get a plastic bags, he fucking digs his head in there, kicks around. But I think a lot of cats fucking do that though. But he by far does it the most of ours. As far as other weird habits, no. I mean, just they have their own personal little unique characteristics. Each one's a little different that they do stuff or where they like to lay or where they like to do at nighttime or whatever. Their own little rituals, but nothing other like stand out weird shit. Not the ones that I have. Not, at least nothing that's coming to my mind. There probably is something I'm completely forgetting about. Oh yeah, actually there is kind of one weird one. That's what I'm thinking about. Yeah, Snake, the one-eyed one. He does it not every single night, but pretty fucking often. He brings us toys. Like especially like we have this fucking moose that we got him. It's a stuffed moose doll. It's like, not as big as him, but it's fucking pretty big. No matter where we put in the house, he finds it. He drags it in the room and he sits over it like he just killed a fucking mouse or something. Basically, like he just killed something. He's bringing it to us and he just lays on it and sits there and meows and cries until you acknowledge him. He doesn't do it every single night. He does sometimes does it during the daytime too, but especially at nighttime. Um, Not every night, but very often. So that's pretty. He's the only one on the floor that do that. So yeah, guess that. Oh, Goatman here. He's a macabre guy. He says macabre greater than Empatego easily. I can't stand Empatego. Any opinions on Norwegian death metal like Cadaver, Molested, Fester, Algos? It's funny. Yeah, the Norway, at least in the early days, I thought they just didn't have the formula for death metal. I thought all those bands. I mean, my favorite would probably been Cadaver, but even them, I was just like, it just really lacks. It doesn't suck. It's just kind of tame and boring. It's like just stick to black metal, guys. That seems to be the formula you guys got down. Because compared to like the U.S. shit and Sweden and even like the Netherlands and stuff like that, like say Sinister, I mean, it was just really lacking in my opinion compared to the other countries on the death metal stuff. Because yeah, I'm trying to think of that time that like 91, 92 era, like death metal wise, all the stuff that was coming out from Norway. Yeah, I just thought it was maybe there's something else that I think is really, really good that I'm not thinking of. But when I think of Norway, I always think of black metal and then of that time. Because I know in the bands of 2000s, like for example, Gouge is from Norway. And I think that's fucking great, and that's death metal. But from the early days, it seems like they just didn't know they didn't have the death metal formula. That's what I always consider because yeah, molested and stuff I put on. I don't think it sucks. I'm just like it's almost just kind of like stale and boring. Canyon Bickle asking, he says, macabre for me. Seriously, another macabre guy. Question, I'm running thin on shelf space and was wondering what exactly you store your 7 inches in. I'm hoping to get some ideas so I can free up a square for more 12-inch LPs. Yeah, what I do, they're like, have you ever been in like a comic book store or so? And the way they store them, they're in those boxes. They're like white boxes this wide and like this long, but they're kind of to the size of the comic, but about this much of a gap at top, so you can put a lid on them. So there's boxes like that for 7 inches as well. I forget where I got mine. Might have gotten mine from Don or maybe Charles in my mind's eye, but I know the place Bags Unlimited, bagsunlimited.com. Just Google it; they'll pop right up. That's where I get all my polys and stuff from. They sell boxes like that. And there's a phone number you can call and stuff too and just get the dimensions. They're really nice, like hard box. They got handles on the outside too, but they're like this wide, this long. They have a lid on top of them, and I think I hold each box holds about 107 inches, give or take or so. And that's what's nice because I just put them in my closet over here, and you can stack them too. You know what I mean? So it's like and you can fit a hell of a lot more. But mine are just all alphabetized, and it's just shit. I got like I don't even know how many boxes. I got quite a few of them. But yeah, the most comparable thing that you probably see, they look like comic book boxes. But all my sevens are stored in those. I found those to be the absolute most convenient. Analyze fucking. He's ripping on Cradle of Filth. Why wouldn't Kanye, whatever the fuck that fucking douche canoe's name is, and Kim Kardashian know it's like Cradle of Filth. Cradle of Filth is Slipknot level metal. Cradle of Filth will be opening for Taylor Swift soon. Don't know if I agree with that, but that's definitely I get what you're saying. They're a huge ass fucking band. But let's call it like it is, man. Like Kanye and Kim, they don't listen to no fucking Cradle of Filth. They just don't. Because you gotta remember, like, yeah, I get it. Like us in the metal scene and shit like that. You see Cradle of Filth now, and you hear them, and you're like, this isn't very extreme. There's way more extreme shit. But I forget myself. I don't know how exposed you are to the everyday people because I'm kind of like don't have to deal with them so much in a sense, especially because I don't work a regular job. So I don't know how well you are around the day-to-day people and if music gets brought up. But anyways, what I'm getting at, the person that doesn't listen to metal in any means, you play them Cradle of Filth, even later shit, they're going to think this is like appalling extreme shit. And I'm pretty sure Kim Kardashian and those fucking canoes fucking match that category. And Cradle of Filth, I definitely disagree with Slipknot level. Slipknot's complete homeboy rap garbage fucking bullshit that never had a place in the metal scene to begin with. Cradle of Filth, at least, yeah, they're pretty commercialized and pretty sucky in the last fucking 20 years. I definitely give you that and appeal to goths. But I mean, Principle of Evil Made Flesh, man, when that came out and the demos and shit, that's fucking. I mean, you ask the Devils that when Principle of Evil Made Flesh came out and they picked it up, was that 91, 92? I think 91. A lot of them will tell you, like, dude, that evil. I thought that record was evil as fuck. And those people that were into metal since the 80s and shit. And I'm not talking about into underground stuff. And they're like, yeah, that was like, holy fuck, this is like scary evil. You know what I mean? That's how it came off. I mean, so that was like, that was the shit back in the day. I just think that people in the underground, the Devils, are laughing at Cradle of Filth now because they saw how just fucking gothy and gay they fucking became. You know what I mean? But the early shit, man, fucking great. Classic. Ricky J Dog, do you like the particular track Every Bone Broken by Cannibal Corpse's Gallery of Suicide? Of course. The only my least favorite track in Gallery of Suicide is from Skin to Liquid, the instrumental. It's eerie and it's cool. One time I saw them, they opened up. That was the track they opened up with. That was I forget what year that was, but it was kind of cool because I was like, oh shit. But that is my least favorite track. But it does kind of, it's almost, it's a little eerie. But that is definitely my least favorite track on Gallery of Suicide. But Gallery of Suicide, yeah, that was one of the first Cannibal Corpse I heard. It wasn't the first. The first one I heard was Vile. I think after that was The Bleeding. Then maybe Eaten Back to Life. Then maybe Gallery of Suicide. Then maybe Butchered Opportunity. I forget the exact order. But anyways, I was still very, very young when I heard Gallery of Suicide, and it was still to the point when I heard Gallery of Suicide, I've never even seen Cannibal Corpse live yet. So yeah, I'm a huge Gallery of Suicide fan. That was in my very, very early years of getting into metal and being the metal. My favorite song on there is probably Stabbed in the Throat. I didn't surprise Galder Vostet. Hope I'm saying that right, brah. Haha. Craig Goliath is a huge bodybuilder from the Cleveland area, and he's into like hardcore and stuff. Yeah, Craig Goliath, which it's funny because I kind of met Craig, somewhat did, like a bump in, like, hey man, how's it going? Like watch shit like at the Olympia Expo. Didn't get a picture with him or whatever. And it's funny too. This was about, I think this was post COVID or maybe I want to say it was post COVID. Maybe it was pretty good, but not long ago at all. He came to my fucking gym, and I train in Brunswick, Ohio, which is about 30 minutes south of Cleveland. He was there. I was on my way to the gym. My wife already got there. She's on the treadmill waiting for me to train. And she's like, there's a fucking enormous fucking bodybuilder here. She's like, he's got to be a pro body. He's at least pro bodybuilder size. And I found out it was Craig. He left right when I got there, and it was Craig Elias. People were going ape shit and get their pictures with him. Yeah, he's fucking enormous. And yeah, he does like. I don't think he likes like real good shit. What the Devil's like. He doesn't like. Is he listening to Empatago and Macabre and Hemorrhage and Carcass? I highly doubt it, and not based off what I've heard him say. But he likes probably more extreme shit than Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. I'll give him that. And anyways, Devils, I'm going to make that the last goddamn one because I'm not seeing too many more questions. I'm seeing a lot of Macabre, Tego, Macabre. Oh, we got a bunch in a row here. Macabre, Metal Musician, Macabre, Seven Dead, Macabre, Horror. I like serial killers, so Macabre for me. Oh, you know what? Shit, I might have to add this. This might be 50-50 at this point. It was starting off. Empatego was easily the winner, but now I'd say as a whole, it looks like, so who won the goddamn contest? I would say 60% of the people voted Macabre, 40% of people, no, 60% of people voted Empatego, 40% of people voted Macabre. Just eyeballing it. If you want to guys go, there's 103 comments as we speak. Video is 9 days old as I'm doing this video. Go and count them up and you tell me the goddamn percentages, but that's who I was looking up. So yeah, one of you devils, put that in the comments. If you're just sitting around, go back to the video. It's on the Macabre versus Empatego poll. Count all the Macabres, count all the Empatego votes, and see who win. But it's looking to me like Empatego, but it's closer than I thought. Now I got to the end. But yeah, just over 30 minutes. I'll make that the last one. Let me know, Devils. Somebody put that in there. Who won the goddamn thing and by how much? If you want to give me the exact counts, like 50, 40, whatever the fuck it was, that'd be even cooler. Mission for whatever one you guys want to do, a Goat Man or Analyze or whoever the regular Devils are. Put it in there, goddammit. And all the questions and everything else you have. And I'll see you at 6 a.m., goddammit. Later.